Hello students. In our previous slide, we have discussed about the concept that is stack, how we need, how we do or how we solve arithmetic expression using stack, what is prefix, what is infix and what is postfix notation. In our this slide or coming slides, we will be discussing about the concept queue. So let's start. So queue is also an abstract data type or a linear data structure, just like the stack, in which the first element is basically inserted from one end, which is known as rear end, and the removal or exiting of elements takes place from another end, that is the front end, which is also known as head, and the rear is also known as tail. So that is when there is insertion of any element, that is at the rear part, whereas where there is a deletion of any element or a deque of any element, that is at the front part. Next thing, the process of insertion is known as enqueue, and the process of removal of any element from the queue is known as dequeue. We can take the queue as the general example that we do or we make queues either in a ticket hall or any um, uh, queue line, in which when the first person enters into the queue, that is only the first person who will come out from the queue. So in this queue, the technique structure is first in and first out. The first data element that will be inserted, that will be the first data element that will be removed first from the queue. So this makes the working technique as FIFO, that is first in, first out structure. So here we will see some applications of queue. Queue, as the name suggests, is used whenever we need to manage any group of objects in an order in which the first one coming in also gets out first while the others wait for their turn, like the following scenarios. Serving request on a single shared resource like a printer, CPU, task scheduling, etc. In the real life scenario, call center phone system uses queue on hold person, calling them in an order until the service representative is free. Handling of interrupts in the real time systems. The interrupts are handled in the same order as they arrive, that is first come first service. Next we will be discussing about the representation of queue in array. Queue can be implemented using an array, stack or linked list. The easiest way of implementing a queue is by using the array. Initially, the head or so-called front and the tail, called as rear, of the queue points at the first index of the array, starting the index of the array from 0. So here is the example of array in which the first element will be inserted from the rear part and will be stored at the head part. Okay, so here when we will enqueue one element, the head and tail part will be at the same location only, right? So here is one example. For example, in an empty array, or we can take array or represent array as a queue. In an empty queue, we enqueue 3. So 3 is the first element. So when first element has been entered, the rear and front part is same, while the front part remains at the first part, whereas when we will enter another element, for example we are enqueuing 6, then the rear, we will be entering at the rear part. So the rear position is going to shift to the second position. The front part is the first position and the new element inserted is at the rear position, right? Again we are enqueuing 9, then the rear will be incremented by one position, so rear will come to the third position, and the front is fixed. The first element is the front or head. Okay, now if we are dequeuing one element, then what is actually done? When we are dequeuing element, then we already know that dequeue is done at the front part, right? So when we are doing dequeue operation, then the front element is removed from the stack. So 3 is removed from the stack. Now the front position is incremented by 1, that is the front position is now at 6, right? Now again if we are dequeuing or doing dequeue operation, then again the first element has been removed, that is 6 is removed, and front moves or is incremented by one position. Now when there is only one element left, then it is the rear position, it is as well as the front position. For example, again we are doing dequeue operation, then what is actually done? Then also it is removed from the front part, whereas now when there is no element in the array present or in the queue present, then the rear will be -1. So here if we can see, when rear position is -1, that means the queue is empty. So this is how the queue is represented in array, and enqueue and dequeue operation is done on the queue. Here we can see another example. Here at the first example, there are some elements. The first part of the queue is known as head or front, in which we have the data element as 10 and the address it is stored in is 5000, right? And we have 5 data elements. The last data element is 50, which is at the memory location 5020. Okay, now if you want to insert any data element, for example we need to insert 66. So when we are inserting 66, then the insertion is done at the rear part. So the rear was at the memory location, or we can say the rear was at the index number 5, so it is incremented to the next location and the rear is now at 6. Okay, but if we are doing the dequeue operation, okay, this is enqueue operation, if we are doing dequeue operation, that is, then what is done? Then the dequeue operation is done at the front part and the 10th element is been dequeued from the stack. Now what will be assigned? Now this 15 data element will be replaced to the first position, that is 15 will come to the location 5000, and that will be the new front. Okay, so this is done by shifting one index all value rear to front after deleting from the after deleting the front value. So next, this is how we do the insertion and deletion in queue. Next, we will be discussing about the insertion and deletion algorithm in queue. So here queue is an array with n elements. Front starts with 1 and rear points. The front always starts with 1 and the rear points to the front and rear of the queue. Okay, so when we are at the very first position, that means that position is both the front position and rear position. The item is the value to be inserted. So let's start. At the very first point, we see if rear is equal to n. So we already know what is rear. Rear is the element that we keep on inserting. When we insert any element, at that point of time the rear also increment by 1. So finally, what is n? N is the position, n is the total number of elements in the data, or we can say n is the size of the queue. Okay, so when the rear is equal to n, that means we have reached the last position and there is no more space in the queue to be inserted to insert new element. Then as usual we will be printing overflow and we are going to exit. Okay, so if rear is equal to n, that is there is no space in the queue and we will exit, or we will come out of the algorithm. Else, if rear is not equal to n, then the front and rear is equal to null. Okay, so if front and rear is equal to null, it checks for if the queue is empty. If front and rear is equal to null, it checks if the queue is empty. If it is empty, then we need to initialize the queue. So we will set front equal to 1 and rear equal to 1. That means one data element is inserted where the front and rear part is at equal position. Else, if the front and rear is not equal to null, that is, we have to set the rear to one position above, or we can say we need to increment the rear by 1, that is rear is equal to rear plus 1. The queue rear at the queue rear position or the incremented rear position, the item will be inserted. We will print the item inserted at the 5th step and we are going to exit. This is how insertion in queue is done. Next we will move to deletion in queue. Here queue is an array with n location. The front and rear points to the front and rear of the queue. If the same thing, if the front is equal to null, that means there is no initialization of queue, that is there is no data element present in the queue, so we will be printing underflow and we will exit. But if front is not equal to null, then the item is inserted at the queue front. Okay, so item that is at the queue front, that means at least there is one element left in the queue and we need to delete it. So the queue front is assigned as item and we need to delete this item. At the 3rd step, if front is equal to rear, then that is initialization of queue, we need to set front is equal to 0 and rear is equal to 0. Else the front will be incremented by 1 position and the item will be deleted. Okay, so here is the deletion of queue at this position when the front is incremented by 1 position and the item is deleted. So at the very 6th step, after the item is deleted, we are going to exit out of the queue. At the last, we will be discussing that what is the drawback in queue. So the drawback in queue is, we already know we delete from the front position and we insert at the rear position. For example, first the inserted element is 21, then 33, then 44, then 12, then 67, then 78, then 93. And when we need to delete it, we delete it from the front position. That is, first 21 is deleted, then 33 is deleted. But when we will be inserting, it will show there is no space left. That is, even after removing 2 elements, we cannot insert any data element. For this drawback, to this overcome this drawback, we will be discussing circular queue. Thank you.